Have you ever tried to connect to a remote server, only to find that your local machine's keys are still accessible? It's a puzzling situation, right? If you've been wondering how to disable SSH-Agent Forwarding, you're in the right place. Today, we will unravel this mystery together. I completely understand your frustration. You set up your configuration to prevent SSH-Agent Forwarding, yet it seems like those keys are still being shared. You're not alone in this. Many users face similar challenges when dealing with SSH-Agent settings. Let's dive into the specific question at hand. One user asked, "Why is my machine still able to access the SSH-Agent forwarded keys, even though my configuration states that forwarding should be disabled?" This is a common concern, and it raises important questions about how SSH-Agent Forwarding works. To understand this issue, we need to look at how SSH-Agent Forwarding operates. When you use the command SSH-A, it allows your local keys to be forwarded to the remote machine. However, if your configuration file is set up correctly, this shouldn't happen. Let's explore why it might still be occurring. And stick around. At the end of this video, I will share a crucial tip that can help you secure your SSH agent and prevent unwanted access. To prevent SSH agent forwarding to untrusted machines, the user should first ensure that their SSH configuration file is set up correctly. This involves editing the file located at home directory under .sh named config. Next, the user should add specific entries for trusted hosts. This means defining each trusted host explicitly in the configuration file, allowing forwarding only for those hosts. After defining trusted hosts, the user should ensure that the default setting for all other hosts is to disable agent forwarding. This is done by adding a wildcard entry in the configuration file. Once the configuration is updated, the user should test the settings. They can do this by connecting to a remote machine and checking if the keys are accessible using the command SSH-add-l. If the user still sees their local keys listed after these changes, they may need to check for any other SSH configurations or agent settings that could be overriding their preferences. Fun fact, did you know that the concept of SSH agent was introduced to help manage keys securely? It's a great tool, but like any tool, it needs to be used wisely. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. One user found a solution to the SSH agent forwarding issue by using the command line option -A. This prevents the authentication agent connection from being forwarded. They also discovered that the configuration option identity agent none effectively stops key forwarding. That's all on that answer. Let's take a look at another one. An alternative approach to disabling SSH agent forwarding is to adjust the order of your configurations in the SSH config file. The user suggests placing the general setting for forward agent at the end of the file. This way, specific host declarations take precedence. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. An alternative perspective on SSH agent forwarding is that authentication keys are not actually forwarded to remote machines. Instead, the SSH agent forwards authentication challenges back to the local machine that holds the private key. This means that even if your configuration states that forwarding is disabled, the remote machine can still access the keys through this challenge response mechanism. Here's the tip I promised. Always double-check your SSH configuration and use explicit commands to control forwarding. This will give you peace of mind when connecting to remote servers. And there you have it. You should now have a clearer understanding of how to disable SSH agent forwarding effectively. Remember, keeping your keys secure is crucial. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks on managing your tech.